Hello, everyone. This is Bliss from Blissful Divination. If this is your first time in my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a regular viewer, welcome back. Um, if you like what I'm doing here, please be sure to like the videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of me and know exactly when I'm coming on. So also hit the bell for your notifications. And I'm so grateful for you guys spending your time with me and taking a chance and seeing what I do. Okay, so the question that we're going to look at this moment, this is my kitty, baby back. I know if you lay here, you can stay. If you lay here, you can stay. Just lay. Just now. Okay, so the question that we're going to look at is the suspension of the election in Ohio. Is it really the first of what we're going to see, a buildup to suspending the big election, the presidential election? Or is it really just to stop the spread of the virus, so people aren't congregating during this time? Come here, baby. Come here. 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 Down you go. Okay. So she's just scattering everything. So don't we take a look? Okay. Please tell me about the Ohio primaries. The Ohio primaries. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to program the lion card to be the government, like the big government, like the powers to be in the White House, that type of thing. We're going to program the man card to be Ohio. We're going to program, the Ohio Board of Elections. We're going to program the snake to be the COVID-19. And we're going to program the woman card to be the people, the voters in Ohio. And we're going to program the fox to be some nefarious reason, like that we don't know. So let's get to it. Okay, let's take a look at the theme or the filter for this reading. And we have the key. Okay, the key can be like new opportunities, something opening up, something good opening up. So we'll find out which of these meanings it pertains to as we see the cards that surround it. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so there's a lot of talk about this. I feel like they're talking about what are some of the keys, or what's the answer, what's the right thing to do. But let's keep going. Yeah, and we have the stars, and the stars is my card for like spreading out, how to keep this thing from spreading, COVID-19. Okay, let's look. Here we have the ring. We have commitments, partnerships, legal bindings, things like that. So let's keep going. We get the clouds next. So it could be that they are talking about doing all this to keep it from spreading. If it's legal, they're a little worried or a little bit confused or uncertain themselves as how this will affect the legalities of suspending primaries and such. Let's keep going. Here we have the man, and remember we talked about this being the Ohio Board of Electors. So yeah, that's them. They're kind of worried about this themselves, about the legalities of all of this. Let's keep going. We have the government next. And they're concerned about how this will affect the government and the powers that be as well. So if you remember, we programmed the lion to be the White House, the government, the overall government of the country. Because we have the stork, and this is ushering in something new. This is new. I feel like this is an unprecedented thing. And perhaps this is a test to see how the American people will take the suspension of primaries. We have the cross. This could be burdens or endings. So it could be that this might be the end of voting the way it is known in the United States, or it could be a really challenging time. So let's for the government on how to handle this. So let's keep looking, because once we see the big picture, we'll be able to do more of interpretation. So we have the clover, which is a little bit of luck, or it also can mean like a new life. So maybe it's a two-edged sword here. They might get lucky and be able to let this thing fly without a lot of outcry, and then they can start doing new things, like this. They'll do it somewhere else. And that's the end of the story. We get the sun here. Okay, so why don't we take a deeper look now? Okay, so we're trying to find answers to what's the right thing to do about this Ohio suspending its primary. And basically, it's knighting. The answer is knighting the government. So this may have come down from the government. The government might have said, hey, Ohio, suspend your primaries. It's all for the coronavirus. But the government is also knighting the ring, which can be a lasting proposal. So it depends on how we look at this. This could either be that I really can't see it being any other way. But I feel like the government is watching this to see if they can do this somewhere else. How it will fly, how will it affect the primaries, the presidential elections. Like it feels like a test case to see how it will be received to the general public. And it's right next to the birds, which is talking. So they want to see what people are going to say about it, I feel. Is it going to fly? Okay, so let's look at the house of the people. We said the woman. The house of the woman would be right here. And this would be the voters of Ohio. The voters of Ohio are thinking this is some kind of sneaky thing. It didn't come up in the reading, but when we look at it, I'm taking a look at some certain things to find out what could be happening, even though it didn't come up right away because we asked it a specific question. But we can also take a look by the unturned cards and see what's going on in the different houses with the people. So the voters are like, hey, this is fishy. Something's sneaky. Something's not right. And it's right next to the government. So I feel like the people feel like it's some kind of governmental plot. They're talking about it. So if you look, it's nighting the birds. So they're talking about it. They're talking about it in that light. And what's on the mind of these voters? Um, I feel like they love their democracy. They love their democracy, and it's concerning to them. It's concerning, as it should be, I feel. Um, let's see. In the house of the coronavirus, healing. So I feel like them suspending this, um, it didn't show up. It didn't show up that this is the reason why they were doing it. But I feel like, they're going to be okay in Ohio, if they would just take precautions. That I don't feel like they could have went to that extreme. But that's why it didn't show up in the reading. But these are some underlying issues that we look at. And like I said, the government is knighting it both ways on this ring here. They are really looking at this. I don't know. This is really, it's concerning. What's on the mind of the Board of Elections in Ohio? They're thinking about the voters. Okay, they're wondering what the voters of Ohio are going to do and say, because the voters are next to the talking, to the birds, which is talking about it. So they're worrying about what the Ohio voters will say about this. Because they're worried. Because they are worried that the Ohio voters are worried, which is that's a good thing to be thinking about. I mean, I don't, on the part of the electors, I feel like they're going along what's being told to them by the government. They're looking at it legal. The legal, is this legal? What will this mean? This precedent. What precedent are they setting? They also are worried about it spreading. So I mean, there's a lot of different things going on with this. It's they, on the one hand, they're worried about the coronavirus spreading. That's a true fact thing, a true fact about it could, spread, community transfer. But then on the other hand, they're going by, okay, what will this mean to our legal system? Will this set a precedent where they can just start suspending primaries everywhere? And it's a burden, like I said, the Ohio people, the voters of Ohio, are worried about, this is a burden for them. They're worried about, will this be the end of the voting process? So I find this very interesting. It's kind of like when your boss says to you, well, this is what we heard from corporate. We don't necessarily agree, or we don't necessarily want to do it, but it's our job and we have to listen to the higher ups. I feel like they're caught in the middle, but it is on their mind and they are discussing it. So there we have it. I truly believe that this is a precedent, that the Board of Electors are concerned about the legality of this, and they should be, but they also do have the Ohio voters in mind. That's the way they're choosing to look at this. And also we have the government. The government is worried. You know, the government is worried about this. They're worried about the legality, but they're also looking at it. You know what I mean? I feel like they're figuring out, you know, Donald Trump's organization perhaps. Is it going to fly? Can we do this again? Can we, it's kind of like a test case. So I want to thank you guys for spending this time and taking a look at this video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can know the next time I will be putting out a new video. So, blessings, everyone. Thank you.